Welcome to Day 3 of our District Learning Action Cell on Psychosocial Support and Training on Spiritual, Emotional, and Financial Wellness for Teachers. I am Mrs. Elsa M. Floria, Master Teacher from Andres Bonifacio Elementary School, your lab facilitator for today. To our school's Division Superintendent, Dr. Loretta B. Torrecampo, CESO 5, our OIC Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Arturo A. Tolentino, our CID Chief, Mr. Librado F. Torres, our SGOD Chief, Dr. Mirna B. Gaza, our Education Program Supervisors, our Public Schools District Supervisors from Clusters 1 to 10, our principals, teachers, guests, and other participants of this virtual engagement, a pleasant Saturday morning. And to begin this session, may we invite everyone to join us in the video presentations and the singing of our national anthem, followed by the doxology and the singing of Pasay City Hymn.
Tayong magiliw sa silanganan, alam ng puso sa dibdib mo'y buhay, lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulutig, di ka pasisig, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mo mukaw, may dilabang tula at awit sa paglayang inahan, mag-isap ng matawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning, ang bituin at araw na kailan pa may di magiging, lupa ng araw ng walhatik magsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo, aming ikaya na pag may makaapi, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Panalangin. Amang lumikha, taos-puso kami nagpapasalamat sa buhay na iyong ipinagkaloob sa amin. Salamat sa lahat ng taong iyong ipinadala magmula sa aming pamilya, kaibigan, katrabaho sa sangayon ng kagawaran ng edukasyon na matapat na naglilingkod sa bansa at sa iyo. Salamat sa lahat ng mga biyayang nagbibigay sigla at lakas sa amin sa kabila ng kasalukuyang pandemya na ating nararanasan. Hindi ito hadlang upang kami maging instrumento ng karunungan sa mga kabataan. Patnubayan niyo kami ng mga guro upang magampanan namin ang aming mga responsibilidad at tungkulin makaayon sa aming buhay. Bigyan niyo kami ng kalakasan, katalinuhan at kapasyahan upang maitaguyod ang pagsubok ng buhay sa ngalan ng inyong bukong na anak na siyang tumubos ng aming kasalanan. Amen.
Mabuhay lungsod ng Pasay, perlas ng kamay nilaan, hangad ay kaunlaran sa lahat ng larangan. Mabuhay lungsod ng Pasay, lungawan ng sandaigdigan, ugali, mapagtanggap ng tunay na mamamayan. Pasay, mahal kong bayan, sa puso'y nag-iisa. Pasay, dakilang bayan, Pasay, mabuhay ka. Ang lahat ay makaliyos, makabansa, makatao. Masinop at mapagmahal, ang tunay na Pasayero. Pasay, mahal kong bayan, sa puso'y nag-iisa. Pasay, dakilang bayan, Pasay, mabuhay ka. Pasay, mahal kong bayan, sa puso'y nag-iisa. Pasay, dakilang bayan, Pasay, mabuhay ka. Pasay, mabuhay ka.
We are streaming live again today, and because of this, we'll have a little twist in the checking of our attendance. Please let us know if you're here and how are you feeling today by clicking on the emojis or emoticons right at your comment box. If you're happy, we hope that everyone is happy today. Or if you're excited, confused, or if you're sad, it's just okay also. Or if you still feel sleepy, you may want to take a sip from your coffee. Okay, so you may now start um, clicking on the emoticons that would best describe your emotions today. Okay, we are expecting more than 400 participants for this DLAC session on day 3. Okay, so it's okay for the others who are still clicking on their emojis. We'll still be acknowledging them and accepting them later. Okay, and for this moment to continue, we know that everyone learned a lot from our resource speaker last time, and to share to us their thoughts and insights from last Saturday's session. Here are the master teachers from Maricaban Elementary School, Miss Florence Soratos, and master teacher of Kalayaan National High School, Miss Lani Dikia. Let's give them a virtual round of applause.
Good morning. The Day to DLAC-Psychosocial Support and Training on Spiritual Wellness for Teachers, conducted by Brother Romel Reyes, would be reflected in this manner by yours truly. 18 years ago, I was an OFW in Taiwan, seeking for a greener pasture in the North American region. However, fate brought me back to my country home, the Philippines, and obtained a bachelor's degree in education, major in English after 20 long years. I just wanted a diploma so I could acquire the most coveted Canadian visa. I was raised in and by family of teachers. My destiny led me to the Division of Pasay after claiming my PRC license, a full-fledged teacher. After handing my CV to the HR, I was required to proceed to the school where I should demonstrate the lesson proper I was asked to design. Pronto, I am a classroom teacher. I passed with flying colors and was given my very first school assignment, the KNHS, where I welcomed myself during my ocular inspection, one day prior to my day 1. The school head and the rest of the teachers warmly welcomed me too. I was thankful that I was denied of the Canadian visa. I got a regular, permanent job. After decades of hopping from one job to another, I accepted and fully relied on all the unavoidable circumstances. Today, I am a guru, the star. G, gem, the precious gem, who you ubiquitously are responded to. O, on and off call of duties required of the teachers. Who is a star? S, is spiritually. T, thankful. A, accepting. And R, relying on all the events of my life. Guru, the star. I, thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Suratas and Ma'am Lani. Okay, so we can now see comments of their emotions at the chat box. Thank you so much for your participation. To go over a few items. First, for day 3 evaluation, it's going to be by cluster, and the link will be given right after the session. Next is we will be given time for questions, so you may type them at the comment box, and later our resource speaker will try to answer them all. Okay, so I guess Mom Florence is now ready for her sharing of insights. So again, let me call on Master Teacher from Maricaban Elementary School, Ma'am Florence Saratos.
Good morning, everyone. We come now to our last day of DLAC after 2 fruitful and heartwarming webinar, and this is it. Now we are on the last day of our seminar. Truly very timely and relevant to us. Learning from Brother Rommel is a blessing for us. Having our feelings and emotions. Let us be aware on the emotions of the other also and use it to guide our behavior and spiritual. Sabi nga ni Brother Rommel, don't be a frozen. Sometimes you have to look for yourself and to others. Let it go. But letting it go, we have to master our emotions so that we can also master our actions. Kung ano yung nasa sa loob natin na maibibigay natin sa kapwa, malaking bagay na yon, maliit man o malaking bagay. Once we can control our minds and emotion correctly, we can achieve anything in life. Right now, we are experiencing different kinds of emotions, especially in this time of pandemic. May natutuwa nga, may naglulungkot, meron din namang hindi, meron ding galit at naaawa sa kanilang sarili dahil sa mga maraming kadahilanan. We experience different struggle, sabi nga ni Brother Rommel, but in the long run, we'll still see it in progress. Malalagpasan din natin ito. Allow me to share this line from one song. Pasensya na po kayo sa boses ko. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will be as one. Beautiful. Ganyan tayo minsan. Kung ano yung nararamdaman natin, sinasabi natin sa Kanya, at naiko-connect natin sa ating mga kanta. Dahil ang mga kanta nga ay may kwento, may puso, may kaluluwa, may damdamin. Learn also to appreciate others and be a blessing to others. We learn also to feel our feelings. And sometimes we have to own our emotions and learn how to deal with our actions so that in the end, that emotions will not make you a puppet. Acknowledge natin yung mga nararamdaman natin. Sabi nga, it's a gift from above. Di ba nga, kung sakali at ikaw ay nahuhulog sa isang bangin, hindi naman pwede na nahuhulog ka na, masaya ka pa. At kung galit ka naman, di ba ginagawa natin kung minsan, nagbibilang tayo sa sarili natin ng 1 to 10 para bumaba yung level ng galit natin. My dear fellow teachers, huwag nating hayaang ma-overcome tayo ng ating nararamdaman dahil nandyan siya lagi. Sabi nga, tingin lang sa taas. And then, maybe, makakatulong din yung mga taong nakapaligid sa atin. Call a friend, maybe. My dear fellow teachers, ano man ang ating pinagdaraanan sa ngayon, always be positive. Laban lang. Kaya natin to. Feel yourself, feel others, and feel God. Let it be. There will be an answer. Let it be. Be at peace. Be loved, be humble, be happy, and be safe. Dahil kung hindi, sayang sinta ang sinumpaan at pagtitingin ng tunay. Nais mo bang kalimutan gana ang ating suyuan at kala kung mawawala ka? Yan ang hindi natin dapat isipin na mangyari. Sa pagkakataong ito, tayo lang din ang makakatulong sa ating sarili at siya. Salamat kay Brother Romel, salamat sa SDO, at binigyan tayo ng pagkakataon na mapagyaman pa ang ating damdaming spiritual. Malaking bagay talaga to. Malaking tulong. And to end this insight, let me share you this. Oh. D. Dear teachers, do what is right and just. L. Learn the feelings and feel it right. A. Activate our inner power of right affections. And C. Continue to spread the right feelings and emotions to yourself and to others. Be inspired before we expire. With this, thank you so much, SDO Pasay, for the DLAC. I just wish that this also be experienced by all the teachers in Pasay. It's a very, very good session. Thank you very much, and God bless us all.
Thank you so much, Mom Florence, for that very nice insights with matching nice songs, no? And also different meaning of DLAC. Thank you so much, Mom Florence. And now, are we ready to see and check the emoticons in the comment box? Yes, from Mom Luz Viminda Karin. Wow, happy faces. Okay. Meron pang blessed morning. Tingin ko dyan, no? And then, may pa-heart si Ma'am. Thank you, Ma'am Karin, for that comment. Okay, let's see how Ma'am Rowena is feeling today from MMES. Wow, a smiling face. And I think si Ma'am ay in love sa ating DLAC ngayon. Tama po ba, Ma'am? With hearts. Okay, from Ma'am Alvarez. Ayan, no? May mga hearts din ang kanyang faces. Thank you, Ma'am, for that wonderful comment. Ma'am Marie Espino. Yan, very cool. Naka-shades, no? It's because summer na. Tama po ba, Ma'am? With the greening face and yung hearts. It's yung stars, no? Na parang excited sa ating DLAC today. Well, thank you so much for your comments. Ayan, Ma'am Coronado from Philippine School for the Deaf. Yan, may mga pa-hearts din sa kanyang faces, no? Mukhang in love or feeling love tayo today. Okay, and another from Sir Bahado, 3 smiling faces. Na, hindi lang isa, but 3 smiling faces. Do we have some? Okay. So thank you so much for the participants for your participation. At this point, we want you to be ready, be more motivated, inspired, and gain positivity as we are about to begin our session proper. To introduce to us our resource speaker for this morning, let's give a virtual round of applause to our Public Schools District Supervisor of Cluster 4, Dr. Mirna B. Martino.
To our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Loretta B. Torrecampo, our OIC Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Arturo A. Tolentino, our CID Chief, Sir Lebrado F. Torres, Our dear participants, fellow teachers, good morning. Our speaker today to talk about provision of psychosocial support and training on emotional wellness is very inclined to this topic since he is a registered guidance counselor and psychology professor. He finished his master's degree, major in counseling psychology at Notre Dame University, Cotabato City. He is currently connected at Pasay City West High School as Guidance Coordinator 3. When it comes to his work experiences, allow me to give some of those. Guidance Director, Psychology Department Chairperson, College Assistant Professor, Graduate School Assistant Professor, College Guidance Counselor at Emilio Aguinaldo College. He has also been a social science psychology professor at Notre Dame University, college guidance counselor at University of Immaculate Conception, Davao City, and school guidance counselor at Better Children of St. Clair Montessori, Caloocan City. For his clinical experience, he has been a clinical instructor and supervisor at Davao Medical Center, Psychiatry Department, Clinical Affiliation of Notre Dame University. On his professional affiliation, our speaker is an accreditor of Philippine Association of Colleges and Universities Commission on Accreditation, member of Psychological Association of the Philippines, Philippine Guidance and Counseling Association, and Philippine Mental Health Association. When it comes to the community service, he is also active. A member of JC's Chamber International, Cotabato City Chapter, and Ang Lingkod ng Panginoon, Cotabato City Branch. Our speaker is also inclined in writing. He wrote both locally and internationally. For the international publication, he wrote Filipino College Students' Conception of Assessment, the International Journal of Educational and Psychological Assessment. Author also of the Psychological Impact of Newborn Screening Program for Mothers in Emilio Aguinaldo College. Author also of The Impacts of Climate Change, Psychosocial Dimension, and Assessing Work Values Gearing Towards Employee Assistance Program is still at Emilio Aguinaldo College Center for Research and Development. He was also the main author of Introduction to Psychology Workbook under his Go Philippine Publishing House Incorporated and Understanding Psychology in Modern Perspective First Edition, again in his Go Publishing House Incorporated. He also received recognition as outstanding performance in the use of outcome-based teaching learning classroom observation, a strategy, a School of Arts and Sciences at Emilio Aguinaldo College also. Our today's speaker also conducted numerous speakerships and attended several trainings and seminars. Fellow educators, it is with special excitement that I am pleased to welcome Mr. Randy Wilson C. Delfino. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. Thank you for a very overwhelming introduction. Parang na-stress ako bigla no, sa introduction. But anyway, maraming salamat po. So, muli, magandang buhay po sa ating lahat, mga kaguruan. Okay, so unang-una po sa lahat, gusto ko magpasalamat sa aming PSDS ng Cluster 9, si Dr. Renato Mesada, sa pag-imbita para maibahagi ko po ang aking mental health advocacy sa ating mga kaguruan sa DepEd Division ng Pasay. At sa lahat din po ng ating mga opisyales ng Division ng Pasay sa pangunguna siyempre ng ating SDS Dr. Loretta Torrecampo. So muli, ito na naman po akong magbabahagi ng aking mental health awareness program. Sa mga nakaraang buwan, ang inyo pong lingkod ay nagbabahagi na po ng diskusyon tungkol sa ating mental health, lalong-lalo na sa panahon ng pandemya. Isang taon na po tayo, no? Isang taon na po tayong nasa panahon ng pandemya. So ito po ang tungkulin namin bilang isang guidance counselor, lalong-lalo na sa Department of Education, ang magbahagi ng mental health. So, yung iba, siguro sa inyo narinig ng aking mga tinatalakay sa inyong mga paaralan. Dahil po naimbitahan na rin po akong magsalita. Okay? Ang mga tinatalakay ko ay ang mga naibahagi ko tulad ng understanding of mental health in schools, mental health assessment kung saan inassess natin yung level of stress, then stress debriefing through psychological first aid. So ngayon, ito po ang bago kong ibabahagi dito mismo sa ating DLAC or Division Learning Action Cell. So ready na po ba yung aking presentasyon? Ayan. So ang ipapresent ko is psychosocial support and emotional wellness. Kanina po nakikinig ako sa inyong mga reflection or insights at nakikita ko pa ang pag-share ng inyong mga emotion emoticons. Napakaganda. Dahil doon pa lang, nakikita ko na naiintindihan po ninyo ang inyong mga emosyon, lalong-lalo na sa ngayon. Okay? So, handa na po ba ang lahat? Okay. So, let's start. Slide, please, sir. Okay. Unang-una, ano ba yung purpose of this webinar? O ano ba ang purpose ng aking talk? The purpose of my talk is to prevent distress from suffering from developing into a more severe problem wherein the psychosocial support and emotional wellness can help us cope better and become reconciled to our everyday life and can resume to normal lives. Tulad nga po ng sabi ko, nag-anibersaryo na tayo sa ating pandemic. Okay? Isang taon na po tayo. At ngayon, tumataas naman po ulit ang mga kaso ng COVID-19 dahil sa bagong strand ba yun or whatever. So, medyo madami pa rin sa atin ang stress. Okay? At alam ko, bukod sa dumadami ang kaso, marami po tayong mga obligasyon. So siguro ngayong panahon, kailangan natin ma-examine ulit o matingnan ulit ating emosyon o matulungan natin ulit ang ating mga sarili to distress. Okay? To prevent this distressing experience para mapigilan natin yung nagde-develop na mas magiging problema in the future. Next slide. Ano po ang objectives natin? So, unang objective is explore how psychosocial support and emotional wellness relate to one another. Then second, understand the different strategies for improving your emotional health. So kailangan tingnan natin ano ba yung mga strategies na yan para ma-improve yung ating mga emotional health. So ibig sabihin, hindi lang pala physical health ang kailangan nating i-improve, kundi pati yung ating mga emotional health. Then develop emotional wellness to practice self-care. Okay, yan po yung tatlo nating objectives. Next slide. But before anything else, let me introduce first to you the RA 11036. Bakit po? Napaka-importante po itong Republic Act na ito. Ang Republic Act 11036 is an act establishing a national mental health policy for the purpose of enhancing the delivery of integrated mental health services, promoting and protecting the rights of persons, utilizing psychiatric, neurologic, and psychosocial health services, appropriating funds therefore, and other services. So itong RA na to is napaka-importante, no? Napaka-importante lalo na sa new normal. Paano ba natin i-integrate yung mental health sa ating mga klase? O ini-integrate pa natin? Ang division nakikita ko, ang daming nilang activities that are related to mental health. Diba? So dito pa lang, pinopromote na ng ating division na kailangan natin i-integrate ang mental health policy na to o mental health program. So hindi tayo nagkulang dyan. Next slide. So under this RA 11036, ang Section 24, tatouch ko lang yung dalawang section. Ang Section 24, it's an integration of mental health into the educational system. Now, this section, mga kaguruan, emphasizes on age-appropriate content for the promotion of mental health and prevention of mental health conditions shall be made available and accessible to all educational institutions at all levels. Okay? So, kailangan maibigay yung mental health program na to sa lahat ng level. From preschool to the postgraduate school, including the ALS or the Alternative Learning System or even open high school natin, no? And schools for population with special needs. So there are various strategies that are deemed appropriate for the population may be used for integration into a current curricula. No? So pwede nating i-integrate into different curricula, halimbawa ng ating values formation, no? Or integrate into science, or through our homeroom guidance program. Lalong-lalo na minsan, nade-delay yung ating mga modules sa homeroom, so pwede nating ipasok ang mental health program sa ating mga homeroom guidance classes. Then Section 25. Ang Section 25 emphasizes that the DepEd, the CHED, and the TESDA in coordination with other relevant government agencies and stakeholders shall provide guidance in the development and implementation of mental health policy and programs to educational institutions. Next slide. So ito yung tatlong kung bakit natin ine-emphasize. First is to promote mental health. Napaka-basic, di ba? So yan yung significant to promote mental health. Then provide basic support services for individuals at risk and or already have a mental health conditions. Wag naman po sana, no? And lastly, is to establish efficient linkages with other agencies and organizations that provide and make arrangement to provide support, treatment, and continuing care. Itong mga linkages na to katulad ng Philippine Mental Health Association and Philippine Guidance and Counseling and the Philippine Psychological Association, na pwede kung saan itong linkages na to or partnership ay makatulong sa mga programa ng DepEd para sa mental health programs. So, all public and private educational institutions shall be required to have complement of mental health professionals. Sa division ng Pasay, meron po tayong 3 licensed guidance counselor. So isa na po ako doon sa 3 at yung 2 kong kasama, si Ma'am Marites Legaspi ng Pasay North at si si Dr. Marisa Retiracion sa Tramo naman. So 3 po kami ang nagbibigay ng training sa ating sa ating mga guidance teachers ng bawat eskwelahan para po makatulong natin sa pagbigay kaalaman ng ating mental health programs. Okay, so yun yung RA 11036 bago ako magsimula. Okay, next slide. So, eto, let's start now, no? So, bago dyan, gusto ko munang ipaliwanag kung ano ang psychosocial support o kailangan ba natin ng psychosocial support. Pag sinabi nating psychosocial, it refers to what? It refers to our connections to the community or to our environment, or how our relationships, no? How our relationship established to different people in our environment. Kasi po, yung relasyon na yan, yung pakikipagsalamuhan natin with the environment or community has a big effect on our wellness. So, the psychosocial or mental health and psychosocial support includes any support that people receive to protect and promote their mental health and the psychosocial well-being. One major component of mental health psychosocial support is a treatment and prevention. Ano yung piniprevent natin? Yung mga posibleng psychiatric disorders. Ang mga psychiatric disorders na yan, katulad ng depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder, na kung saan medyo may mga teachers na o may mga estudyante na tayo na dumadanas nitong mga psychiatric problems na to or mental health problems such as depression. Okay? So, the psychosocial support looks at the individuals in the context of the combined influence that psychological factors and the surrounding social environment have their physical and mental wellness and their ability to function. Okay? Next slide. So, psychosocial support psychosocial refers to dynamic relationships between the psychological and our social dimensions of a person, where the one influences the other. Yun yung sinasabi ko, no? So yung ating pakikisalamuha o having our interpersonal relationship with others has a big, no? Or has a big impact, okay? Or influences with ourselves, okay? So the psychological aspect of development refers to the individual thoughts. Okay, our individual thoughts, our emotions, our behaviors, our memories, perceptions, and our understanding. So these are what we call the aspects of development, no? Okay, or the social aspects of development refers to our interaction and relationship among the individual. So yung relationship natin saan? Sa ating family or sa ating peers or sa ating community, which has a very important. So ibig sabihin, hindi panahon ngayon para mag-isa o para mag-solo. Kailangan natin ng support system. Next slide. Okay. So, kailangan natin ng support system, as I said. Moreover, psychosocial support refers to the process and actions that promote the holistic well-being of people in the social world. So this includes the support provided by our family. Diba? Simula nung lockdown, simula ng last year, nakita natin ang kahalagahan ng suporta ng family. Lalo-lalo na ngayon, diba? So, support of the family and our friends. Marami tayong na-realize sino yung mga totoong kaibigan natin. Sino yung andyan para suportahan tayo sa panahon ng pandemyang ito. Diba? Nakikilala natin kung sino sila. Then psychosocial support can also be described as the process of facilitating resilience. So again, when we say resilience, para mas maintindihan natin, it is a process wherein how we adapt from the changes. Ang daming changes, mga kaguruan, di ba? Ang daming changes, lalong-lalo na sa new normal. But the question is, it is how we are resilient on these changes. Okay? So, the psychosocial support aims to help individual. So, it helps to help individual to recover from crises, such as this pandemic. So, kailangan natin ang support system. Sabi ko nga kanina, hindi pwede o hindi uso ngayon o panahon ngayon na mag-isa lang tayo sa buhay. Or sabihin natin, katulad ako, mag-isa lang ako sa bahay, di ba? O marami ang nag-iisa lang din. Pero, hindi ibig sabihin, pag nag-iisa ka, wala kang psychosocial support. You still need psychosocial support, like your family and friends. Okay? Para maka-survive tayo with this crisis. Has disrupted their lives and to enhance their ability to return to normality after experiencing these adverse events. Okay, so next slide. Our well-being is described as a condition of holistic health and the process of achieving this condition. So, this holistic self refers to our physical, our emotional, our social, and cognitive health. So, nakikita niyo sa picture, yan po yung health natin. Yan po yung kabuuhan ng health. So, nasa ilalim yung fitness. So, which means to say, we need to what? We need to give importance on our physical health and spirit. Yan yung diniscuss sa inyo last week, no? Yung spiritual wellness. Or kasama na dito yung emotion wellness. Our body. No? Our cognitive aspect. Okay? And the cognitive health, our mind. So well-being includes what is good for the person. Next slide. Next slide. Okay. So well-being includes what is good for a person or having a meaningful social role. Okay. So kailangan magiging meaningful ang ating social role. Ang ating role sa community. Like feeling happy and hopeful. Nakita ko kanina sa mga emoticons ninyo, you are happy or you are overwhelmed or something. That's very good. Pero tanungin niyo mga sarili ninyo, mga kasamahan kong kaguruan. Diba? Are you happy? I hope so. Diba? Or are you satisfied with what you are doing? Napaka-importante po yan. Or are you hopeful for the best? Or living according to the good values, having a positive social relations and supportive environment. Diba? And supportive environment or coping with challenges through positive life skills. Okay? And having security, protection, and access to quality service. It's beautiful. It's beautiful when we have this. It's beautiful when there are a supporting group na meron tayo. Yung supportive environment na kung saan hindi tayo matatakot sa crisis na to. Diba? Because we know how to cope with these challenges. Nakikita ko nga no, sa ibang mga posts, diba? Mahirap pero laban lang, sabi pa nila. Diba? Go, go, go para sa kinabukasan. Napakagandang positibong, no? Positibong life skills yan. Okay? Next slide. However, okay, or therefore, psychological well-being is necessary condition for human being to realize their full potential and to lead fulfilling. Yan, no? Yan yung ano natin. To realize our full potential and to lead fulfilling, healthy, and productive lives. So people that have a psychosocial well-being are confident. So we are confident or we have self-esteem or mataas ang ating self-esteem. We feel safe and are able to solve problems and make decisions. Build positive social network, social relationships, work together, and resolve conflict. Yan yung objectives natin. Yan po yung gusto nating mangyari pag meron tayong emotional wellness. Diba? Agree ba tayo doon? Okay, di ko kayo naririnig. Ako na po ang mag-okay. Okay, next slide. So, emotional wellness. Ano yung emotional wellness? Ayan, unang picture. Be happy. Kahit hindi ko kayo nakikita, please smile there. Sige, ngumiti kayo ng napakasarap ng ngiti. Dahil yung ngiting yan ay magbibigay ng positibo sa araw-araw. Diba? Sometimes we forgot to smile. Okay. So emotional wellness is the ability to successfully handle life stresses and adapt to change in difficult times. Okay? So, next slide. Next slide, sir. Okay. Now, there are signs of emotional wellness. Okay. So, tingnan natin itong mga signs na to, mga kaguruan. Unang-unang signs of emotional wellness is having the ability to talk with someone about your emotional concerns and share your feelings with others. Pag sinabi nating ability to talk with someone, it's the ability to express kung ano yung nararamdaman natin. Napaka-importante po sa buhay na meron tayong mapagsabihan ng ating mga emotional concerns, ng ating mga dinadala or ating mga problema or different concerns. At least there is one person, maybe our parent, maybe our partners, or maybe one of our children, or maybe our best friend, na pwede nating ma-express yung feelings natin. Huwag po natin ikimkim yung ating mga nararamdaman. Diba? Ang dami na pong hindi magandang epekto pag kinikimkim natin ang ating mga saloobin, lalong-lalo na pag when we have problems. So that's number one signs ng emotional wellness. Learn to express your emotion. Second, to that signs of emotional wellness, saying no when you need to or without feeling guilty. Oh my God. Minsan, guilty ako dito, no? So saying no. So kailangan matuto rin tayong to say no. 'Di ba? Kung alam natin na overload na tayo. Okay? Pasensya na po, baka mapagalitan ako, no? Pero alam ko madami na tayong workloads, 'di ba? Pero sometimes we say no na kasi baka it really affects our emotional wellness. Ayaw po kasi nating maka-offend, no? Or ma-disappoint yung taong nagbibigay sa atin. Kaya ayaw nating magsabing ng no. Pero walang masama when we say no. What is important is you have to explain. Okay? You have to explain bakit ka nagno-no. Kaysa naman, you say no, but you feel guilty. So it's not fair also with a person. Magiging half-cook yung gagawin mo. Diba? So saying no when you need to without feeling guilty. Then, third sign of emotional wellness is feeling content most of the time. Are we contented most of the time? Or laging may kulang? Diba? Laging may kulang sa buhay natin or laging may kulang sa ginagawa natin. Okay. Then, feeling you have a strong support network such as people in your life that care about you. Napaka-importante po yan. Diba? Yung network. Yung people that surrounds you with a positive vibes. Okay? Next slide. Being able to relax. Okay, medyo natahimik tayo. Paano ba mag-relax? Diba? Ano ba yung salitang relax? So, kailangan din natin minsan mag-relax. To what? To distress our stresses. Okay? Magtanggal, mag-unload ng mga stress sa buhay. Mamaya pag-uusapan natin yan. Then, feeling good about who you are. Sometimes, ito ang problema natin. Hindi natin kilala ang sarili natin. O hindi natin tanggap or accept kung ano yung mga lakas at kahinaan natin. But what is good sign for emotional wellness is feeling good about who you are. Then, develop a positive mindset. Okay? Develop a positive mindset of giving yourself a break. Remembering your good deeds or spending time with friends and forgiving yourself. Wow. See? Develop a positive mindset. Okay? Or being emotionally well encourage you to slow down and foster the practice of mindfulness. Okay? The practice of mindfulness or being emotionally well doesn't necessarily mean that you are happy all the time, but rather that you are self-aware and able to shift as a way to feel better. Or being emotionally, mga kaguruan, will leads to a happier and blissful life and allows you the opportunity to attain your full potentials. Okay? Next slide. Now, meron tayong strategies. Ito, meron tayong strategies for improving your emotional health. So, meron akong ilan dyan? 6 strategies. One is brighten your outlook, then reduce stress, then get quality sleep, then cope with loss, then strengthen your social connections, then be mindful. Isa-isayin natin, no? Para maintindihan natin at malaman natin kung paano natin i-improve ang ating emotional health. Okay? Let's go. Next slide. Brighten your outlook, mga kaguruan. Ano ibig sabihin ng brighten your outlook? People who are emotionally well or expert says that people now who are emotionally well have a fewer negative emotions. Okay? They have a fewer negative emotions and they are able to bounce back from difficulties faster. So, ang bilis nilang makarecover because they have this, no? Or this quality is called resilience. Yan yung sinasabi ko kanina. So, isa sa mga bagay na dapat nating ma-develop is yung ating resiliency. Or it's another sign of emotional wellness is being able to hold, okay, onto positive emotions longer and appreciate the good times. Or to develop a more positive mindset. So ano yung mga i-develop natin to have a positive mindset? One there is remember your good deeds. When we say remember your good deeds, mga kaguluhan, you have to give yourself credit. Bigyan nyo naman ng credit yung mga sarili ninyo for your good things you do for each day. Diba? O i-appreciate naman ninyo, i-acknowledge ninyo kung anong bagay ang nagawa mo sa araw na yan. Okay? Then, another is to develop positive mindset. Forgive yourself. Ano yung forgive yourself? Well, everyone makes mistakes. Diba? Wala namang perfecto. Okay? Walang perfecto except God. Okay? Everyone makes mistakes. Learn from what went wrong, but don't dwell on it. Ibig sabihin, matuto tayo doon sa ating mga kakulangan or ating failures. Pero wag nating tambayan. Diba? Kasi pag tinatambayan natin yung ating laging sinisisi ang sarili natin, ay hindi tayo mag-grow. Hindi tayo mag-move forward. Okay? Then another positive mindset, spend more time with your friends. Okay, wait lang po. Napawis na lang. Okay, sorry. So, spend more time with your friends. Surround yourself with positive, healthy people. Oh, wow. Ano to? Spend more time with your friends. Ibig sabihin, you surround yourself with positive people. Hindi yung positive sa COVID, di ba? But when we say a positive people, these are people who can give you a positive outlook in life. Huwag yung mga taong laging nega o laging may mga complain sa buhay na kung saan naapektuhan din ang ating emotions, di ba? Okay. Then, explore your beliefs about the meaning and purpose of life. So think about how to guide your life by the principles that are important to you. Okay. And then, develop healthy physical habits. Ano tong physical habits na dapat ma-develop natin? Eating healthy foods. See? Eating healthy foods. Ano ba mga kinakain natin sa ngayon? Okay? Then, physical activity. Physical activity that you will enjoy. Okay? Like doing exercises. Later, we'll discuss that further. Then, regular sleep that can improve your physical and mental health. So, ngayong buwan, dinitiwang natin yung Sleep Disorders Week. Kaya, binibigay din ng importance yung sleeping time or comfortable sleep sa ating mga mental health. Next slide. Reduce stress. Okay. So, ang reduce stress, everyone, diba? Everyone feels stress from time to time. Ibig sabihin, normal naman yung stress. Andyan lagi yung stress na yan. Diba? But stress can give you a rush of energy when it's needed most. But if stress lasts for a long time, a condition known as a chronic stress. So those who have a high alert, changes become more harmful. Napaka-harmful po pag yung stress na yan ay chronic na, kung hindi na naagapan, but rather than helpful. Or learning healthy ways to cope with stress can also boost your resilience. So meron ditong mga paraan akong ibibigay samples para to boost your resilience or to help manage your stress. One there is get enough sleep. From day on, mula pa nung mga tinatalakay kong mental health program, binibigyan ko ng emphasis yung pagkahalagahan ng sleep. Kasi minsan, tayo ay kulang na sa tulog. Yung number of hours of sleep natin are not enough. Okay? Or sleep, again, has a big importance to our physical and mental health. Diba? Pag kulang ka sa tulog, anong laging na-experience natin? being irritable, or we cannot function well. Then exercise regularly. Alam niyo yung sa exercise regularly, kahit na 30 minutes of walking can boost and reduce your stress. Diba? Hindi mo naman kailangan pumunta ng gym o mag-workout. Kahit na walking lang will be good enough. Diba? That can boost your stress. Then, build a social support network. So, kailangan may support network ka or social support network ka. Kasi yung social support network mo will help you in reducing your stress. Then, set priorities. Wow! Set priorities. Paano ba ako magsiset priorities ngayon kung sa dami ng workloads, diba? Okay. So, setting priorities, okay, decide what must get done and what can wait. Or, say no to the next task that if they are putting you into an overload. So, yan yung sinasabi ko kanina. Learn to say no. Okay? Or dapat siguro matuto tayo na gawin yung mga bagay by setting priorities. Or wag natin hayaan tumambak yung trabaho natin. Kaya minsan hindi na natin alam kung ano yung uunahin nating gawin. Then try relaxation methods. Okay, yung mga relaxation methods such as mindfulness. Okay, mindfulness, exercise, or meditation, or yoga, or tai chi may help. Okay. Then, mga kaguruan, seek help. Kung alam mo na that you are unable to cope up with this stress, learn to talk or try to talk with a mental health professional. Walang masama kung makipag-usap tayo sa mga mental health professional like guidance counselors. Okay? Yung mga licensed guidance counselors or psychologists perhaps that could help you, okay, to understand or to unload your stress. Hindi ibig sabihin pag nakapag-usap ka sa guidance counselor or sa psychologist, there's something wrong with you na. No. But it's a smart way of helping yourself to cope up with stress. Okay? Lalong-lalo na that if you already have a suicidal thoughts, or people who use drugs and alcohol to cope with that. And that's the importance of kailangan mo ng tulong or i-acknowledge mo that you need help also. Okay? Next slide. Ayan. Get a quality sleep. Okay? So, getting a quality sleep. Paano ba? Paano ba tayo makakuha nitong quality sleep na to? Ako minsan, gusto ko ring maranasan yung quality sleep na yan. Diba? You know, get quality sleep is to fit everything we want to do in our day. So, nating mag-energize tayo everyday, diba? Or we often sacrifice sleep. Kaya minsan, sa dami nating ginagawa, oras na tayo natutulog, minsan 2:00 na ng madaling araw, nagtatrabaho ka pa rin. And then 7 o'clock, you have your online classes. My God, quality sleep pa ba yan? Okay? But sleep affects both our mental and the physical health. Yan yung sinasabi ko, bakit importante yung sleep? Because it affects our mental and physical health. It's a vital to our well-being, mga kaguruan. When you're tired, you can't function at your best, di ba? Pagod ka eh. So, paano ka makaka-function ng mabuti? Sleep helps you to think more clearly, have quicker reflexes, and focus better. Or take steps to make sure that you regularly get enough a good sleep. Ang tanong, ilan ba ang oras ng dapat ng tulog natin or regular sleeping hours? It could be 8 to 9 hours. Okay? 8 to 9 hours ang kailangan natin na ng regular sleep. So, guilty ba tayo? Nakakaabot ba tayo ng 8 to 9 hours? Okay. Now, paano ba makakuha ng quality of sleep? First, go to bed the same time each night and get up same time each morning. So, dapat naka-program na. Diba? Kung oras mo nang matulog ng 9 o'clock at night, kailangan ready ka na to sleep before 9 o'clock. Or ready na yung mind mo. Or program na yung mind mo that you have to take a rest. Then wake up at the same time each morning. Okay? Then sleep in dark, quiet, comfortable environment. So kung nakakatulog ka ng may ilaw, okay lang. Pero kung mas maganda na walang ilaw na madilim, then that's good. Diba? Then quiet and comfortable environment. Then exercise daily, but not right before bedtime. Huwag ka namang mag-exercise 2 hours before you sleep. My God. Hindi ka talaga makakatulog niyan kasi active pa ang iyong mga systems or yung mga muscles mo. So, dapat, di ba, bago matulog or 2 hours or 1 hour before you sleep, dapat dapat relax ka na. Limit the use of electronics before bed. See? Tayo, bago tayo matulog, ano ginagawa natin? Okay. FB muna o may ka-chat sa cellphone. Di ba? O nanonood ng kung ano-ano. Di ba? Paano tayo nakakatulog? Paano tayo marerelax yan? Kung yung half of our mind are busy on the electronics that we are using. Diba? Sabi nga, kailangan i-ready mo na yung sarili mo to relax. Okay? Next slide. Next slide. Then relax before bedtime. So, paano mag-relax before bedtime? Take a bath, a warm bath, pwede. And reading might help after taking a bath. So, parang in that time, nakapag-refresh ka na, ready ka nang matulog, okay, fresh ka na, and that's the time that you have to sleep. Then avoid these mga kaguruan. Avoid alcohol and stimulants such as caffeine late in the day. Tayo kung mahilig tayo sa alcohol or stimulants, iwasan na po natin yan. Kasi ito ay hindi lalo na pag may sleep problems ka. Diba? Lalo na pag may insomnia ka or sleep apnea ka, na kung saan this would not help you to get a quality sleep. Then avoid nicotine. Okay? Avoid nicotine or consult. Okay? Or consult a healthcare professional if you have ongoing sleep problems. Tulad ng sabi ko, itong buwan na to is awareness ng sleep problems natin. Okay? If you have question with that, you can have a private message with me. Anyway, next slide. Okay. Next strategy is cope with loss. So, sa nangyari, sa isang taon, ang daming nawala. Diba? Sa mga bawat pamilya o sa karamihan ng mga pamilya, may mga nawala dahil namatay, dahil sa COVID-19 or any form of sickness. Diba? Or when someone you love dies, your world changes. Napaka-normal. Natural na mararamdaman natin yan. Okay? There is no right or wrong way to mourn. Walang tama o mali sa pagmomourn. Although death of a loved one can feel overwhelming, or most people can make it through the grieving process and support the family and friends. But there are learned healthy ways to help you through difficult times. Ang pagmomourn o pagkawala ng mahal natin sa buhay ay natural na maka-experience tayo ng sudden depression. Siyempre, natural lang yon, di ba? But we need to move on. We need to move forward with this. Di ba? Pero ano ba? Ano yung mga paraan? Okay? To help us cope with the loss. First is take care of yourself. Kailangan mo alagaan din ang sarili mo. Okay? Hindi ibig sabihin, your life will end with that. Okay? Try to eat right. Kumain ka. You do exercise. And again, get enough sleep. Avoid bad habits like smoking or drinking alcohol that can put health at risk. Baka mas maging problema pag ni-result mo. So, imbes na humanap ka ng support system para ma-cope yung loss mo o yung depression mo, yung withdrawal mo is you go into this bad habits, which is wrong. Okay? Hindi siya nakakatulong. Then find a grief support group. Okay? Yung grief support group might help to talk with others who are also grieving. Okay? Napaka-importante that we share this with this group of people. Kasi alam natin, sa sharing na yan, natututo tayo kung paano sila nagko-cope up, paano sila nagmo-move forward sa life nila. Then don't make major changes right away. Usually, itong ginagawa ng mga nakakarami. Diba? Pag may nawalang mahal sa buhay, they make a major changes immediately. But please don't. Okay? Wait a while before making a big decisions. Like moving or changing jobs. Diba? Hindi naman ibig sabihin, pag nawala yung mahal mo sa buhay, kailangan kailangan mo ng gumawa ng big changes. Okay? Then talk to your doctor. Okay? Talking to your doctor if you're having trouble with everyday activities like depression, like post-traumatic disorder. So, kailangan ninyong i-express yan, di ba? Para mas matulungan po kayo. Then, consider additional support. Considering an additional support is like sometimes a short-term talk can help. Okay? And then be patient. Mourning takes time. Okay? Yung pagmo-mourn, it takes time. Minsan, umaabot yan ng 1 taon. Okay? Pero depende po sa atin kung paano tayo nagmo-mourn, paano tayo nagko-cope, paano tayo nagmo-move forward. It's common to have a roller coaster of emotions for a while. Di po ba? Okay? Next slide. Then strengthen your social connections. Okay? Alam nyo, ang social connections, mga kaguruan, might help protect health and lengthen your life. Sabi nga ng mga scientists, di ba, that our links daw to others, yung link natin o yung pakikipagsalamuha natin sa iba, can have a powerful effects on our health, both emotionally and physically. And that's one very beautiful, beautiful effect on how we connect with other people. Whether with our romantic partners, whether your family, your friends, or your neighbors and others, or social connections can influence our biology and well-being. Okay? So, kailangan natin ng ibang tao. Kailangan natin ng social connections. Diba? Sabi nga nila, nakalimutan ko siya. Okay? Then, how to build this? No? How to build a support system? First is, build strong relationship with your kids. Bakit una yon? Bakit build strong relationship with your kids? Or build a strong relationship with your family. Napaka-basic po. Unang-una, dapat alam natin kung paano tayo mag-build ng relationship sa mga anak natin. So that we more understand our children or our partner in life or our family. Diba? Because that's the basic thing. Kung maganda, no? Maganda yung ating connections, our relationships with the family, then we would also have a very good relationship with others outside our family. Then get active. Share good habits with family and friends. So be active, no? Be active. Then share your habits. Ano ba yung mga habits mo? Like cooking perhaps, 'di ba? Or pagiging plantito o plantita. That's a very good, no? Okay? Or yung uso ngayon, yung bawat pamilya may TikTok sila o nagti-TikTok. That's fine. 'Di ba? Okay lang 'yan. Or if your family caregiver asks for help from others, then join a group focused on favorite hobby such as reading, hiking, or painting. 'Di ba? O isama na natin yung pagiging plantito o plantita natin or pagiging TikTokers or vlogger perhaps, 'di ba? Okay, next. Next slide. Then take a class to learn something new. Katulad nito. 'Di ba? Napaka-swerte natin dahil ang division nagbigay ng DLAC ng 3 araw. So kung saan, mas nagkakaroon tayo ng mga learning insights kung paano natin may i-improve ang ating mental health. Okay? Bukod dito sa dinidiscuss kong emotional wellness, syempre natutunan din ninyo yung financial wellness and spiritual wellness na napaka-importanteng bagay sa ating mental health. Wow. Okay? Then volunteer for things that you care about in your community. Or maging aktibo tayo sa mga community natin. Like community garden or school or place of worship. Diba? Okay. And then travel to different places and meet new people. Sa ngayon, hindi pa tayo makakapag-travel, syempre. Pero in the future, pwede natin gawin yan, di ba? Travel to different places and meet new people. Okay. Next slide. So, ang panghuling strategy is be mindful, mga kaguruan. Be mindful, ibig sabihin, this is the concept of mindfulness. Okay? Ano ba yung konsepto ng mindfulness? It's simple. The ancient practice noon, it's about being completely aware of what's happening in the present. Diba? And that's going on inside and all that's happening around you. It means to say that not living your life on autopilot. Okay? Or becoming a more mindful person requires commitment and practice. Here are some tips. Pwede ko kayong bigyan ng tips to help you get started or to be more mindful. Unang-una dyan is take some deep breath or exercise tayo ng mga deep breath. Okay? Sige, settle yourself. Sample lang natin to. Okay? Ay, hindi ko kayo nakikita. Gawin nyo po to, no? Settle yourself first. And we do a very simple breathing exercise. Okay. Sa breathing exercise natin, I will count from 1 to 4. Then at the count of 5, you hold your breath. Then you exhale. Okay? Can we do it? Okay. Settle down yourself. Okay, let's start. Breathe in. Exhale. Then count 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. Exhale. Okay? Through the mouth and count of 5. Ulitin natin ha. Okay, medyo magulo. So we inhale and then we exhale at the count after holding from 1 second. Ulit. Okay. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. Then exhale. Last one. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. Then exhale. So that is take some deep breath. So minsan, kailangan natin to practice this. Kanina sabi nga ng isang sharer natin, insights natin, pag tayo ay galit, we have to count from 1 to 10. Yes, that's true. Pwede yun, no? Gagawin natin yan. Para at least yung galit natin, it's ma-lessen. Pero mas isa din sa nakakatulong is every day. When you wake up in the morning, you have to do a breathing exercise. That's very simple to help us to be mindful. Next slide. Enjoy a stroll. Okay? As you walk, notice your breath and sights and sounds around you. As your thoughts and worries enter your mind, or note them, but then return to the present. Ibig sabihin, pag nagsustroll ka, okay, or kung may hacienda ka, wow, kung may hacienda ka, or kung may farm ka, or not, o hindi, mag-stroll ka lang, no? Or walking. Sabi ko nga, 30 minutes of walking with them. Diba? Enjoy the presence of the sights and the sounds around you. Sometimes, habang nag-stroll tayo, merong mga pumapasok sa isip natin, yung mga worries and thoughts natin. Okay lang yon. You note those one. You acknowledge those one. Pero wag niyong patambayin. Diba? Patambayin, then return to the present para mas ma-enjoy ninyo yung pag-stroll or pag-walking ninyo. Okay? Next. Then practice mindful eating. Wow. Ano itong mindful eating? Okay? Ang mindful eating, mga kaguruan, this is as you beware of the taste. Okay, beware of the taste, textures, and flavors in each bite. Hindi yung lamon lang agad, kain lang agad. So, kailangan namnamin natin yung kinakain natin. Yung taste, dapat alam natin, di ba? Yung texture, each bite. And listen to your body. Listen to your body when you are hungry and full. Hindi yung oras-oras kumakain ka. Di ba? So, kailangan nating makinig sa katawan natin. Di ba? Kung kailan tayo kakain. Okay. Then, next slide. Then, find mindfulness resources in your local community. So, ano yung mga mindfulness resources in your local community na pwede nating salihan? Like yoga, or meditation classes, or mindfulness based on stress reduction program. Okay? So, that's one. So, yan yung mga strategies na gagawin natin. Next slide. Next slide. So, with all these things, we need to develop a self-care plan. Okay? Andoon pa rin yung self-care plan. Siyempre, ang self-care plan is very, very important. Kasi kung wala tayong pangangalaga sa sarili natin, o hindi tayo healthy din or emotionally healthy, how can we give or can we help? Okay? Can we help our students or even other people kung tayo ay walang mga self-care plan? A self-care plan can help you enhance your health and well-being. It will manage your stress and maintain professionalism as a teacher or a worker with young people. Diba? So kung may self-care plan ka, mas natutulungan natin mabuti. Mas na bibigay natin yung mental health program natin sa mga bata. Then learn to identify activities and practices that will support your well-being as a professional and help you sustain a positive self-care in a long term. Then self-care is a personal matter. Okay, why it is a personal matter? Because everyone's approach will be different. Iba-iba naman yung approach natin sa self-care. But what is important there is, meron kang self-care plan. Okay? Or it relates to what you do at work and outside of work to look after your holistic well-being so that you can meet your personal and professional commitments. Okay? Next slide. Okay. So, itong self-care plan will actually give us an emotional self-care. Okay. So, meron tayong konting activity lang. Okay? Kung sa mga bahay nyo may mga papel kayo dyan, 5 items lang naman to mga kaguruan. Konting activity lang yung gagawin natin. Okay. Ready? Kahit hindi ko rin nakita na, ina-assume ko na lang na meron kayong papel dyan sa hawak ninyo. Okay? So, susundin lang ninyo yung aking mga sasabihin, no? Are you taking care of your emotional well-being? So, you may answer this question. 5 lang naman yung tanong ko, no? Answer this question to get some tips on how you could improve your emotional self-care. So sa bawat statement na sasabihin ko, you rate how strongly you agree or you disagree with the statements. Maging honest po tayo ha, para malaman natin kung talagang meron tayong emotional self-care. Ready tayo mga kaguruan? Okay, next slide. Next slide, sir. Okay. Number 1, I often spend time with people who are important in my life, such as family and friends. Ulitin ko ha. I often spend time with people who are important in my life, such as family and friends. Strongly agree? You agree? You neither agree or disagree? You disagree or you strongly disagree? Sige, I'll give you 30 seconds lang. Okay, next slide. Number 2, I seek out activities that energize me, that I enjoy, or that spark my curiosity. Again, I seek out activities that energize me, that I enjoy, or that spark my curiosity. A, strongly agree, neither agree or disagree, you disagree, or you strongly disagree. 30 seconds ulit. Okay, next slide. I express myself such as by crying when I'm upset, or speaking up on issues that are important to me. I express myself such as by crying when I'm upset or speaking up on issues that are important to me. Strongly agree, you neither agree or disagree, you disagree, or you strongly disagree. Okay, another 30 seconds. Next slide. Number 4, I recognize my strengths and acknowledge my success. I recognize my strength and acknowledge my success. A, strongly agree, neither agree or disagree, or strongly disagree. And the last one. Next slide. Last na. I feel grateful for what I have more often than I feel disappointed but what I don't have. Ulitin ko ha. I feel grateful for what I have more often than I feel disappointed by what I don't have. Strongly agree, you neither agree or disagree, or you strongly disagree. Last 30 seconds. Okay, next slide. So, If most of your answers, mga kaguruan, are agree or strongly agree, congratulations. Okay? Congratulations kung kadamihan sa mga sagot ninyo is agree or strongly agree because it sounds like you understand the importance of emotional care and taking time for yourself. Diba? Pero kung ang kadamihan ng sagot ninyo is strongly disagree, so kailangan ninyong sigurong tingnan ulit ang sarili niyo. You study your emotional self and look on the ways kung paano i-improve ang inyong emotional self-care. Or you need somebody to talk to. Diba? Okay. Or to help you to cope with those stresses. Now, allow yourself to safely experience your full range of emotions. So, ano yung mga full range of emotions? Next slide. First, develop friendships that are supportive. Okay? Maghanap ka ng mga kaibigan na susuportahan ka, na iintindihin ka. Hindi yung mga kaibigan na hihilain ka pababa. Hindi yung mga kaibigan na ichichismis ka o antayin ka na kailan ka mahuhulog, di ba? Pero kailangan mo ng mga supportive friends or positive friends. Okay? Yun yung hahanapin mo. Yun yung i-develop mo. Then, write 3 good things that you did each day. Diba? Journal writing. Siguro sabihin natin, napaka-classic na yan, sir. Yes, it's classic. But, alam nyo, mas nakakatulong minsan. Diba? Mas nakakatulong minsan that we have to write something. Ako minsan kahit sa cellphone lang. Diba? Pag may mga nararamdaman ako and that I need to express it, yun lang, ina-encode ko lang sa cellphone, then I read it, and then after that, it feels me good. Diba? So that's one. Then play a sport and have a coffee together after training. So ano yung mga sport? So madami namang form of sport. Although hindi tayo pwede mag-sport outside ngayon, di ba? Pero we need to have to develop this in the future. Sport like doing basketball or playing tennis or going to the gym and do your workout. Di ba? Or go to the movies. Wala nang sinihan. Sige, Netflix na lang. Diba? Nood tayo ng Netflix, nood tayo ng mga movies that could actually help to develop ourselves. Or do something you enjoy. Ano ba yung mga bagay that you enjoy? If you are enjoy of baking or cooking, then that's it. Okay? Napakabuti po yan. Napakaganda pong habit po yan. Huwag kayong matakot. Diba? Or, if you are enjoying doing pagiging plantita, continue that. Or, pagti-TikTok, walang masama, di ba? So, ina-enjoy mo lang yung sarili mo. Okay? Or keep meeting with your family or other social group. So, makipag-meet ka through virtual nga lang. Kasi hindi tayo pwede ng physical, di ba? So, sometimes, nakakatulong din yung mga virtual na kumustahan, with our group, with our social group, or with our family kung malayo tayo sa family natin. So that's actually a big help. Then talk to your friend about how you are coping with work and life demands. And that's one very good to develop our emotional wellness. Talking to your friend. Okay? Next slide. So with this discussion on emotional wellness, ang binibigyan ko ng emphasis is our well-being. Well-being and resilience. Well-being and resilience are very, very important in preventing the onset of mental health problems, as well as potentially lessening the severity and the existing of mental health problems. Kaya tayo nag-uusap. Kaya tayo nagdi-discuss about this emotional wellness, this spiritual wellness, this financial wellness, because we need to develop our resiliency, our well-being para ma-prevent yung mga mental health problems na yan. And well-being and resilience are vital to developing efficient problem-solving skills. You see? You will develop efficient in solving your problems or building and maintaining interpersonal relationships. And that's one very, very important. You have to build a very good interpersonal relationships and realistic goal setting. Next slide. So, resilience is always important, but it can particularly equip people for times of change and stress, such as life transition and changes, such as starting a new job, for example. Diba? Yan yung essence ng resilience. Okay? Or after a breakdown of a relationship or a family. Or if you are been diagnosed as with a worried about mental health problem, such as depression or anxiety. So pag na-develop yung resilience atin, we could particularly know how to adjust or adapt from this. Hindi tayo mangangapa, no? Hindi tayo malulost outway kung meron tayong resiliency. Because we know how to cope and how to solve these problems. Okay? Next slide. So, good health, mga kaguruan, is about more than just the absence of sickness. Ngayon, marami ng vaccine, di ba? Meron ng AstraZeneca na parating. Yung Sinovac na mga mga vaccine na sa COVID. Pero one vaccine na kailangan natin is the mental health. Di ba? Mental health is also a vaccine to have a good health. Because focusing on well-being and building resiliency is important in establishing a holistic approach to health. And that is why the RA 11036 is very, very important to integrate to our curricula. Okay? Or having a sense of resiliency and positive well-being enables a person to approach other people and situation with confidence and optimism, which is essentially important for young people given the enormous changes that occur with the transition into adolescence and adulthood. Next slide. So, teachers. What teachers can do promote healthy well-being and resiliency to students. So, paano tayo ngayon magpro-promote ng healthy well-being and resilience sa mga estudyante natin? First, we have to create safe and supportive learning environment. Nasa online tayo, sir. Paano yung learning environment? Pwede pa rin yun. Diba? So, kung sa physical, that's very important, kahit sa online, we still have to create a safe and supportive learning environment. Siguro doon, bago tayo nagsimula ng mga online classes natin, nagkaroon tayo ng orientation kung paano mag-conduct ng online classes. And one there is the safety of our student. And that is one, create safe and supportive learning environment. Then second, provide consistent guidelines for behavior. Ano ba yung mga guidelines of behavior na pwede natin ibigay? Okay? Kasama yan sa orientasyon natin nung umpisa ng classes natin. Then model appropriate responses and behavior. Dapat nakikita din sa atin mga kaguruan, no? Nakikita sa atin yung appropriate responses and behaviors natin towards our students. Huwag tayo laging nagger. Huwag tayo laging naiga sa mga students natin. We need to understand them. We need to reach out with our students. Diba? Napaka-importante. lalo sa panahon ngayon. Eh, kasi nga, ituturo natin yung mental health. I-integrate natin yung mental health na to. Eh, kung hindi tayo nagre-reach out, then, how can we give this to our students? And lastly, provide opportunities for goal setting, success, failure, and reflection. See? We need to provide all this one. And before I end, okay, allow me to my opportunity to promote, next slide, to promote my blog. Okay, as a guidance counselor, isa po sa aming is to advocate mental health awareness program. Ginamit ko po ang YouTube channel to promote the mental health program. So allow me to promote my Sir Randy blog. So if you like to subscribe, ang Sir Randy blog is nagbibigay po ng mga lectures, no, or discussions that are related on mental health programs. So isa dyan sa mga topics na i-discuss ko sa blog na yan, it's the effects of exercise on psychological well-being, or how you can support someone who has a mental health problem. Then learning how to notice your emotions. Then meron din po ako dyan stress relaxation techniques or guided on relaxation or meditation exercise. Then, discussion on the positively respond to stress. Paano ba tayo magre-respond to stress? And how to build a positive mental health. Diba? So, ito po yung Sir Randy blog na pwede ninyo pong gamitin sa mga classes nyo. If you are interested, I will give you some of the guide questions na pwede ninyong ibigay o i-share sa inyong mga mental health programs. Okay? Next slide. At dyan po ako nagtatapos. Maraming salamat po sa pakikinig at sa participation.
All right, thank you so much, Sir Wilson Delfino, for that very comprehensive discussion of the topic on psychosocial support and emotional wellness. Sir, talagang ang dami ko rin pong nailista, and of course, makakatulong po sa amin yung inyong vlog. So, yung discussion po about brightening our outlook, reducing stress, getting quality sleep, baka po medyo tayo dyan, guilty tayo on quality sleep. Coping with loss, no? Nakatulong din po yan kasi sa ngayon pong panahon ng pandemic, marami po talaga sa ating mga kababayan po ang nakaranas po ng ganito, no? And of course, yung strengthening our social connections, okay? Being mindful, talaga namang naibigay ni Sir ang kanyang topic, no? Naiintindihan natin, and of course we can see from the comment box, no, nakikita po natin ang mga comments ng ating participants, talaga pong even doon po sa pagsagot natin sa emotional checklist, no, sabi ni Sir magsagot sa ating papel, pero ang iba nagsagot po online, no, nakita natin how very active our participants are. Thank you so much, Sir, for that very comprehensive at saka napakaganda pong laking tulong po sa amin, no, sa aming emotional wellness. And for now, we are ready for questions from our participants. Ayan po. Sir Wilson Delfino will be ready to answer the questions. Ayan po. From Sir John, kailangan ko talaga ng kausap, mostly neither at disagree ako. Ayan, Sir.
Gusto mo ba sagutin ko, Sir John? So, Sir John, you can add me to Facebook. Pwede po tayo mag-usap through Messenger. Okay lang po yan. No problem with that.
Ayan, thank you po. From Sir Eli Banog, mental health and positivity equals resiliency. Ayan, ang ganda din po niyan, no? Ang gandang comment po from Sir Banog. Thank you so much, Sir. From Sir Gio Sarita, once you learn to handle your thoughts and feelings, you will be able to get through any tough emotional situations. Ano pong masasabi natin dyan, Sir Wilson?
And once you learn to handle your thoughts and feelings, you will be able to get through. Yes, syempre, di ba? So, tulad nga ng sabi ko, pag naiintindihan natin yung emotion natin, di ba meron tayong tinatawag na emotional quotient? O na isa yan sa mga capabilities natin. If we understand our emotions, then we may be able to handle this thoughts or negative feelings. At alam natin kung paano siya i-cope up.
Ayan. Thank you so much, sir. Another comment from Ma'am Pamela Onagan. Opo, malaking tulong po sa akin pagiging plantita. Ayan, nabanggit din kanina ni Sir Wilson yung pagiging plantito natin. Nakaka-relax tuwing umaga bago mag-start ng work. Silip muna at magdilig sa munting hardin. Thank you, ma'am. Another comment or question? May question na po ba tayo? Hirap mag-share. Sometimes it can be used to pin you down. From Ma'am Harleen Kirong. Ano po masasabi natin dyan, sir?
Hirap mag-share siguro kung wala tayong tao o tamang tao na mapag-sharean. Minsan kasi you need to develop trust di ba? We need to develop trust to someone that we can share our problem. Kasi may mga taong napakahirap mag-develop this kasi baka naranasan nila sa buhay nila na yung shinare nila pinagsabi, 'di ba? Nawala yung confidentiality, so nawala yung trust. So napaka-importante po tayo mga guro, pag may mga nag-share sa atin, kaibigan natin, we learn to practice confidentiality. We learn to develop trust with them. Kasi para they could express. Tama yung sabi ni ma'am. Napakahirap mag-share. Lalong-lalo na pag hindi ako nakaka-develop ng trust sa tao.
Ayan. Thank you po. Thank you, ma'am, for that comment. Okay, from Sir John ulit. Sir, with all due respect, which among the techniques you have mentioned can be the most effective for us educators?
Sa dami ng techniques, actually lahat siya effective. Pero ang sa tingin ko na very effective is yung expressing your real self. 'Di ba? Or talk it out. 'Di ba? Kasi yun yung laging sinasabi But if you learn to express yourself, express your emotions, then definitely you can handle all the negative emotion. Papasok na doon yung iba-ibang strategies natin. Like we could learn about how to do wellness or to do mindfulness or to improve our physical health. Okay?
Okay, thank you, sir. Another comment from Ma'am Emma. Good morning po. Stress seems to be unavoidable, especially at this most trying time. But with today's topic, we were armed on how to manage our emotions. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am, for that comment. Thank you po. Another question or comment, what I've learned from sir is about yung dapat kasama mo ay mga kaibigang full of positivity in life, lalo na ngayon sa pandemic. Thank you rin po. Ayan, kasi nabanggit ni sir yan, no? Dapat you surround yourself with people with full of positivity. O, tandaan po natin yan. Okay, from Ma'am Mary Catherine Mendoza. Maraming salamat po, Sir Randy. Ito ang kailangan naming mga guro, lalo na sa panahon ngayon, no? Ang laking adjustment sa ating mga guro. Kailangan natin yan and kailangan din nating ma-share sa ating mga students. Ayan. Thank you po. Another question, meron pa po ba? Ayan. So, mukhang nasagot na lahat, sir. Sa lahat na explain ni sir. And don't forget po ang kanyang vlog ni Sir Wilson Delfino. Okay. So, thank you so much again, sir, sa inyo pong sharing of your expertise. Okay. We hope to see you again at sana rin po, no, kasi nangangailangan din po kami sa aming mga schools ng mga resource speaker na gaya po ninyo to talk on mental health, especially po sa mga estudyante namin.
Yes po, schedule lang tayo ng kasi minsan nakapatong-patong yung mga schedule. So, nahihiya ako sa ibang schools pag hindi na ako nakapag-yes. Kasi meron nang naka-schedule, okay? Walang problema po yon.
Okay, sir. Noted po. Ayan. Okay, so I guess we're now ready for the last part of our DLAC, the closing program. Okay, to give us their impressions, may I call in the master teacher from Pasay City West High School, Miss Lilibet de la Rosa, and master teacher from President Corazon Aquino National High School, Miss Francia Nunez. A virtual round of applause.
Okay, so thank you and good morning, everyone. So, in this time of global crisis, almost all nations unanimously fight the detrimental effects of the coronavirus in various aspects of life, including the education. Edifying resilience in the heart, enormous strides are undertaken by the education authorities to provide psychosocial support and training on spiritual, emotional, and financial wellness for teachers. The threefold webinar initiated by the Division of Pasay as District Learning Action Cell is a purposeful assembly to accord the teachers of Pasay City the training that can help restore their spiritual and emotional fiber as well as their financial wellness. The invited speakers who are legitimate source of expertise in education, business, finance, and spiritual wellness imparted to a high scale the gist and the goal of this initiative. This was evidenced by the statements of agreement and approval expressed by the teacher participants during the webinar. The act of resilience in this webinar was shown in two ways. The determination of the division to uphold the psychosocial wellness of the teachers and the openness of the teachers to the training. The teachers, being the perennial frontliners of student empowerment, must exude the qualities necessary enabled to produce morally strong and academically competitive students. Reasons why teacher trainings are deemed necessary even during the time of the pandemic because a teacher needs to first imbue things to herself before she can imbibe the same to her students. Relentless in finding ways to alleviate the condition and mode of learning deliveries to the students through teacher trainings and similar endeavors, the division of Pasay City is undeniably in strong adherence to quality education. Unsolicited though, privilege is mine to have articulated my impression of this Division Learning Action Cell, which is geared towards the laudable improvement of all who took part in this. That's all, and again, thank you, everyone.
Hello, can I be heard? To the two brilliant leaders of the Division of Pasay, Dr. Larita B. Torrecampo and Dr. Arturo A. Tolentino, the CID Chief Librado F. Torres, and SGOD Chief Dr. Mirna B. Gaza, the EPSS, PSDSS, school heads, assistant school heads, master teachers, fellow educators. Good morning. Each of us is faced with innumerable stressors these days, and coping is a challenge. But we are lucky because our leaders seem to have heard our cry And so, this training was devised. This 3-session learning action cell came as a solace. It gave us valuable insights on how to endure anxiety. I can infer that everyone is grateful that he or she was given a chance to participate here. With the spiritual and emotional nourishment that each of us has acquired from this undertaking, a more at peace individual was created in each of us. This will warrant a happy teaching disposition that will mean that DepEd Pasay learners will be in good hands. I am certain, too, that the knowledge shared on psychosocial awareness will help us in understanding oneself better, and the financial wellness will guarantee that few years from now, going to London or ELIs will no longer be an option because each one has already achieved financial security. Everything about this DLAC was well thought of, from the digital platform used, which is easy to access, to the topics discussed that catered to the needs of these trying times. The charismatic resource speakers have shared their expertise in a straightforward manner, as well as the allotted time per session, which was sufficient and neither too early nor too late. This endeavor did not fade away to meet new acquaintances like it used to in a face to face gathering back then. Nevertheless, it gave a smile on its one's face, even just in front of the computer screen. It allowed expression of thoughts and clearing of minds through answering of queries sent through the chat box. With all these observations, I can certainly say that this DLAC is indeed a success in achieving its purpose. To the men and women behind this engagement, my utmost gratitude to all of you and my congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma'am De La Rosa and Ma'am Nunez. At this juncture, to give us his words of encouragement and inspiration, let's give a virtual round of applause to our Curriculum Implementation Division Chief, no other than Mr. Librado F. Torres.
Highly motivated men and women of the Schools Division of Pasay City, headed by our very inspiring leaders, our dynamic Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Loretta B. Torrecampo, our energetic Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Arturo A. Tolentino, our public schools district supervisors, principals, and teachers in our academic institutions. Magandang buhay sa ating lahat. Ang aking pagbati sa inyong lahat para sa matagumpay na pagsasagawa ng Division Learning Action Cell na ito patungkol sa paksang psychosocial support and training on spiritual, emotional, and financial wellness for teachers. Napapanahon ang paksang ito sa ating kinakaharap na hamon sa gitna ng pandemya. Hindi man sabihin, alam nating may naging epekto ang krisis na ito sa ating lahat. Ngunit matibay nga ang bawat Pilipino, kaya heto tayo ngayon at patuloy na lumalaban at patuloy na pinupunuan ang mga nawala at naging pagkukulang sa paglaban natin sa pandemya, kasama na ang psychosocial at emotional wellness ng ating mga kababayan, kasama na ang ating mga guro. Kung may positibong dulot ang pandemya, iyan ay ang pagtuklas natin sa iba pa nating pagkatao. Ang pagtuklas natin sa panibago nating lakas at talento. Ang pagtuklas natin sa mga oportunidad na nakatulong sa pag-unlad ng ating mga sarili. Yes, we learned a lot during the pandemic, and those lessons drive us to change our perspectives and practices. Thanks to the new normal, this new normal has made us realize that we have a stronger and more determined version of us. Ito ang inihahatag ng pagsasanay at gawaing ito ng mga guro sa pangunguna ng ating mga public schools district supervisors. Lumabas na ang isa pa nating pagkatao sa gitna ng pandemya, ang isang bagong tayo, bagong Pilipino na higit na matatag, higit na matapang, higit na maabilidad at mga Pilipinong hindi patatalo sa hamon ng buhay. Huwag na nating hayaang mawala ang mga katangiang ito. Kahit may pandemya man o wala, ito ay angkinin natin at atin pang payabungin. To the theme behind this worthy engagement, my heartfelt thanks and congratulations. Sulong Gurong Pasayenyo, sulong sa mas ligtas at mas maunlad na kinabukasan. Mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Thank you so much, Sir Librado F. Torres, for that very motivating and positively reinforcing message. And to give us the challenge, may I call in the Public Schools District Supervisor of Cluster 1, Miss Evelyn R. Ramos. A virtual round of applause.
O Diyos aming hiling, nawa ay tanglawan, payapang daigdig at laging bantayan. Ang buhay na laging sa iyo umaasa, iyong pag-ibig, ikaw ay manahan. Aming panalangin, tulad ng sangpaslit, tulad ng isang paslit, mula sa awiting aking dasal. To our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Loretta B. Torrecampo, CESO 5, our OIC, ASDS, Dr. Arturo Tolentino, to our CID Chief, Sir Librado F. Torres, my co-PSDS, to all very supportive school heads, and highly motivated men and women of SDO Pasay, a pleasant morning to all of you. As we end our 3-day DLAC today, let us remember and put into action all the insights we gained from our speakers. Allow me to take the lead as I challenge each and every one of us to be the best version of ourselves as we embody all the learnings we gained from the engagements we had from the 3 Saturday from our past. Let us manifest in all our conduct the wisdom we gain about financial, spiritual, and emotional wellness. The discussions we had from the event are all relevant to our lives. These important points we heard from our guest speakers should not be left in this Google Meet. We should be exhibited and practiced in our daily life. Also, as we dispense our duties and responsibilities, teachers, principals, supervisors, and other roles that we may represent, let us not falter when difficulties arise. Instead, let us show strength, confidence, and courage in fulfilling these roles by anchoring our faith in God and to one another. May I share with you these verses from Proverbs, chapter 3, verses 5 to 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make straight your paths. So once again, I challenge each one of us and be the best versions of ourselves. As we live this event, let us all be inspired and be inspirations as well to our students, colleagues, family, and others. Lagi po nating tatandaan, ang ating pamilya ay lubos na nagmamahal sa atin at marami tayong kaibigan na laging nakasuporta sa atin. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Naway patuloy po tayong gabayan at patnubayan ng ating poong may kapal.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Evelyn Ramos. And now, to lead the participants in the acceptance of these challenges stated by Ma'am Ramos, may I call in the English Department Head at Pasay City South High School, Miss Gladys Concepcion, from Pasay City National Science High School, Miss Leslie Sinapilo, and Filipino Department Head at President Corazon Aquino National High School, Sir Bello Camacho. A round of applause, please.
To our highly regarded Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Loretta B. Torrecampo, CESO 5, to our brilliant OIC Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Arturo A. Tolentino, to our erudite CIDG Chief, Sir Librado F. Torres, to the supportive education program supervisors, to the rejuvenated and young-looking public schools district supervisors from clusters 1 to 10, school heads, assistant principals, department heads, master teachers, and all the other participants who are here present virtually on the third day of our webinar, a pleasant morning. Let me begin my acceptance speech with words of gratitude to the superior officials of SDO Pasay for this 3-Saturday webinar, which aims to validate and normalize our feelings, identify common extreme stress reactions, recognize current needs, open venues to practice positive coping strategies in psychosocial, emotional, financial, and spiritual aspects that need to be strengthened and fortified. This is very timely as well as necessary during this time of pandemic when life is filled with uncertainty, while many things remain outside one's control and one's mindset is key to coping with difficult circumstances while facing the unknown. Psychosocial wellness is important in order to live healthier and longer lives with better quality. As Brother Romel shared to all of us during the second day of our webinar, creating a life with meaning and purpose is a key to improve one's psychological well being, and this can be done by being kind every day and having a positive disposition in life. Dr. Obi Castaneda shared to us financial wellness, accentuated that everything starts and ends with you. Each one of us has a choice on how to make use of our finances, so it will be more beneficial to us. He emphasized the point that your choice today is your tomorrow. Your thoughts become your words become your action, and your actions become your destiny. Equally consequential is emotional wellness because it inspires self care, relaxation, stress reduction, and the development of inner strength. It is important to be attentive to both positive and negative feelings and be able to understand how to handle these emotions. Emotional wellness also includes the ability to learn and grow from experiences. Take some time to ponder on this. Life is a series of experience, each one of which makes us bigger, even though sometimes it is hard to realize this, for the world was built to develop character, and we must learn that the setbacks and griefs which we endure help us in our marching onward. A passage by Henry Ford. Allow me to repeat that the goal of our webinar is to become stronger emotionally, financially, and spiritually. Spiritual wellness was mentioned the last. It is the most significant because it acknowledges our search for deeper meaning in life. We feel more connected to those around us. We have more clarity when it comes to making everyday choices, and our actions become more consistent with our beliefs and values. As Dr. Loretta D. Torrecampo mentioned, spiritual wellness is the backbone of our existence in coping with stresses. This is a realization for us that faith is indeed an important element
all human life on earth for us to get through, illuminating the pathway in times of darkness, helping to give us strength in times of weaknesses. With faith in God Almighty and being equipped with inspirational concepts and appreciative perspectives gained from this fruitful and bountiful training, let me confirm on behalf of all the beneficiaries that challenge is accepted. After all, life is about accepting challenges along the way, choosing to keep moving forward and savoring the journey while keeping in mind that if you have a strong purpose in life, you don't have to be pushed. Your passion will drive you there. Once again, a pleasant morning. Have a great day ahead.
So our SDS, Dr. Loretta B. Torrecampo, CESO 5, OICASDS, Dr. Arturo A. Tolentino, Chief EPS-CID, Mr. Librado F. Torres, PSDS, EPS, school principals, teachers, and guests, a pleasant morning to all of you. According to Confucius, the gem cannot be polished without friction, nor man perfected without trials and challenges. It's very alarming to know that many of the teachers have been suffering emotionally, physically, mentally, psychologically, and financially brought by the health crisis we are facing right now. We are very much privileged to our division, most especially to our school leaders who continually support and develop a plan like this to help teachers cope with the anxiety and the overwhelmed feeling we felt this new normal. In the first day of session, we prepared ourselves to learn and relearn new wisdom and insights about the value of saving money and financial planning to promote financial literacy among teachers. Also, the importance of spirituality in the time of pandemic, as we recognize it as a powerful coping mechanism for dealing with life-changing and traumatic events. Most especially, our emotional wellness and how emotions matter in the effective delivery of teaching and learning to our learners this time of change in our educational system. After the 3-day Saturday sessions, our well-being is now full mind with new learnings and positive mindset, full heart with new positive emotions, full spirit with new coping strategies, full hand with new saving and financial planning, and full soul with powerful spirit to offer positive changes as we go back to our respective schools. Despite of this pandemic, life must go on. We are still competent, confident, creative, and flexible to fulfill the challenges in our educational system in order to bring out the beauty of education for our learners. And with that, in behalf of Cluster 9, we say challenge accepted. Let me end this message with a thought to remember from Roy T. Bennett that says, every challenge you face today makes you stronger tomorrow. The challenge of life is intended to make you better, not bitter. So life is about accepting the challenges along the way. Choosing to keep moving forward and savoring the journey are the best things to do right now. Thank you, and once again, good morning.
To our school's division superintendent, Dr. Loretta B. Torrecampo, to our OIC Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Arturo A. Tolentino, our CID Chief, Sir Librado Torres, our PSDS from different clusters, our EPS from different learning areas, school officials, and teacher participants. Good day. The pandemic ushered challenges in the system of education and of course of our emotion. The 3 Saturday Division Learning Action Cell is an urgent move to the needs of the so-called new normal in education. On behalf of the faculty members and school officials in the Division of Pasay, I am accepting the challenges. From this day on, teachers and staff, together with administrators and school officials, we will all be well, spiritually, emotionally, and financially. The fruitful learnings and knowledge gained from this 3 Saturday webinar will be practiced and realized by everyone. Our mind is powerful, and we know our desire for financial liberation, self-love, and embracing change and transformation. We are accountable for our better future. We will look forward for our secured tomorrow, where we will invest properly the fruit of our labor, having a healthy body, mind, and spirit. We will achieve well-being because it is strongly linked to the happiness and life satisfaction. And in the end of this journey of working so hard, through the discoveries we have learned, self-actualization is never far from behind. Mabuhay ang mga gurong Pasayenyo para sa bata, para sa bayan. Ika nga ni Sir Bob, basta Pasayenyo, numero uno. Maraming salamat po and God bless sa inyong lahat.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Gladys Concepcion, Ma'am Sinapilo, and Sir Camacho for leading the participants in accepting the challenge of this DLAC session. Just a reminder for the certificates, it will be sent to us through our email immediately after completion of our evaluation and attendance for 3 days. So don't forget, you may get the link from your ICT coordinator in your respective clusters. Now, to read the citation of the participant certificates, let's give a virtual round of applause to the Public Schools District Supervisor of Cluster 2, Dr. Rosalie R. Condes.
Good morning, everyone. After devoting your 3 precious Saturday mornings to the District Learning Action Cell, allow me to read the content of the certificate that you, dear teachers, rightfully earned. Republic of the Philippines, Department of Education, National Capital Region, Schools Division of Pasay City. Certificate of Participation. This certificate is presented to you, our dear teachers, for your participation during the District Learning Action Cell with the theme, Social Support and Training on Spiritual, Financial, and Emotional Wellness for Teachers, held on March 6, 13, and 20, 2021. Given this 20th day of March 2021 at the Schools Division Office, Pasay City. Signed, Loretta B. Torrecampo, CESO 5, Schools Division Superintendent. Congratulations, dear teachers.
So much, Dr. Condes, and again, congratulations to us all participants. And that ends our 3-day DLAC session. We hope that you gained and learned a lot from this Learning Action Cell on psychosocial support and training on spiritual, emotional, and financial wellness for teachers. And with that, we would like to thank our SDO Pasay, headed by our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Loretta B. Torrecampo, CESO 5, together with our OIC Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Arturo A. Tolentino, our CID Chief, Mr. Librado F. Torres, our SGOD Chief, Dr. Mirna B. Gaza, our Education Program Supervisors, our Public Schools District Supervisors from Clusters 1 to 10, most importantly, to all our resource speakers from day 1 to day 3, and everyone who contributed to make this wonderful experience possible for all of us, and of course to all the participants for spending your time Thank you so much at mabuhay po tayong lahat. And again, this has been your facilitator for today, Mrs. Elsa M. Floria, saying, like the life that you have and share the positive vibes. Let's stay, let's stay safe, be healthy, and enjoy the rest of the weekend. God bless us all.